And this is the part where we put it at the beginning of the episode, so then people won't know if this is what the real podcast is about at the end of the episode, because it's all live.
Rick and Morty has more burps per capita than any show ever.
Rick and Morty seem like they should each have the other one's name.
Rick and Morty kind of seemed like they were ripping off Back to the Future.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Watch the First. This is Fallingtower's Watch the First podcast in which we watch the first episode of a series so that you don't have to. Both of you had really interesting observations there, and I can't wait to talk about it. If you'd like us to review a show, say WTF and the show in the comments below, and we will review it. But we have a lot to talk about today. Filling in for Michael Kenyon Rosenberg as co-host, actress, superstar, extraordinaire. She knows how to Vogue, Bridget Fitzgerald.
It's me. It's me. That's the one. I heard my name. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right and I'm running down. It's me. I'm very excited to be here. I'm going to do my best Michael Kenyon Rosenberg for you, and best wishes to Michael Kenyon Rosenberg. I'm very excited for your new bean and for your full recovery. So delighted to be here.
And now I can't wait for Josh to say $1. I bid $1. Bum, 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 bum. We're joined by Josh Sussman. He's an actor. He's the favorite guy of everybody in the world. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Sending my best wishes to Michael. But I know Bridget will do a great job filling in, even though Michael Kenyon Rosenberg can never be replaced.
He's not a kidney, right?
No.
So
that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm. My name's Ryan. I tell jokes where people take a second to get it, and then when they get it, they're like, "Nope, still not that funny."
Sometimes when after you explain it, I'm like, "What? That's good. That was funny."
Because well, I'll try it now. When you said Michael could never be replaced, I said, well, yeah, because he's not a kidney, because he just got his kidney replaced, which is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were making a joke like a kid because he's not a kidney. I thought it was like a kid. My mind didn't get it. Sometimes Ryan's jokes are so sophisticated. I can't keep up. Like sometimes
I can't wait till that happens.
I'll watch the podcast later. I'm like, oh my God, that went over my head. Like his jokes are deep, so these podcasts could be played again and again. So if you watch this again, this is your first time watching it now. If you watch it again, I guarantee you'll notice jokes that you missed that were just so quick and so witty. Yeah.
That's a very good point.
I'm trying to get you more views.
Yes, if you watch it more than once, then you are a time traveler as well. You've gone back to the future. Who knows what could be changed in this timeline? Who knows? Anything could be anything. So enjoy your second watch.
How did you get those apps? That was cool.
Video filters, my friend. I'm all about
Bridget, how'd you do that?
Up carrot on Zoom, choose your video filter, and then just get crazy. You could go back in black and white. You could be on stage,
Josh is totally looking for
viewed by everyone. You could go on ahead and become an old-timey television set, or just have a dog fall in love with you. Hi, little friend.
Wait, where did you go again?
Go to video filters. Go to where it says stop video, the little up carrot. Ryan's displaying his lack of filter knowledge. This is just Ryan being Ryan right now.
I just took my hat off.
He took his hat off and now unzip, and this is what happened. Where it says select a camera, you can choose virtual background or choose video filter. And if you choose video filter, you can pick to wear those cool glasses. Michael Kenyon.
And video filters, I have none. It just says none.
Okay, I'm very sorry, Josh, but if you can't find it, we're just going to have to move on.
Yeah, it's a sad day, but we're here to have a pizza party.
Yeah, we do have a surprise for everybody, though, while Josh continues to look for it.
Why do I have none? It says none.
Sometimes you have none. I had none for a little while, but Josh, we have a surprise for you, and so it's going to be okay. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And the surprise is popping on right now.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I can't stay on long, but I wanted to say hi.
Hello.
Jen.
Hi. Let me see if I can get like.
Where are you going?
Okay,
You're
there
in
we
your
go.
car?
Now, yeah, I'm in my car. I was gonna do it when I was home, but I was like, I'm gonna have to run out really quick. So I'm like, I'll just be in my car. But I pulled over and I'm safe.
Oh,
Okay.
literally.
Yes,
I'm not driving and doing this.
Zoom.
I just want to point out to everyone who's watching that Jen has her seatbelt on, which is what all of you should do when you are driving.
Mhm.
And I'm pulled over, so I don't like zoom and drive.
Double safe.
Mhm.
Yes. It's all about the safety. It's all about the safety.
I love your graduation hat for like a minute.
Thank you. I've been playing with filters and driving Josh nuts because he can't figure out how to do it. So I've
I
been
don't have
putting
it.
myself in a movie theater, making a corgi fall in love with me. Thank you, corgi. Thank
Fits
you,
right
corgi.
in.
I love the filters. I love them.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I interrupted you guys. I just wanted to say hi because I was going to be on today and then I couldn't. So.
I'm glad to see
Oh,
you.
you're upside down.
Oh, no.
That would be perfect if you did Stranger Things, the upside
Okay.
down.
That's pretty good though. I like it.
That is
I'm
cool.
missing
That's
a
very
fun
cool.
show. I could have played with all of the filters on my computer, but now I can't.
I don't have filters.
Jen, real quick, before you go
Uh-huh.
then, do you want to throw out
Yeah.
some super quick predictions?
Ooh, yeah. Do some predictions.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. First of all, I want to say I tried to watch this show a long time ago because I love like adult cartoons. And I never got into it. So you guys forced me to like watch it again. And I still couldn't get into it. So it's weird. Since you know, I don't know. But anyway.
So, guys, I think we all might get our predictions about Jennifer right.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all going to get them right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I love your bow.
Oh, thank you. We can do it. So,
It's beautiful. I'm gonna say Ryan liked it because he just called me a perv, and he's like a little bit of a perv, so he's gonna like the show.
I do like
think
funny. I do like funny jokes. That's
You
that's a
like
thing.
funny perv stuff, and there was that whole boob shot, so I was like, yeah, Ryan, I think is gonna like it.
Where was there a oh
Bridget.
right, okay.
Yeah.
In the
It was a
dream.
dream.
It's weird because like if I had to predict myself, I would think I liked it because like I love adult cartoons and stuff, but I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. But Josh, I think he's gonna be like in the middle, but a little bit above, so maybe like a 7-ish, 6-ish, 7-ish. And
Well, seven's
Bridget,
more
I
than
don't
the middle.
know. Huh?
Well, a
What did
7
Josh
is more than the middle. A 7 seems
Well,
like
like a little above. So I would say like a 6, 6.5 then.
okay.
And then Bridget, I don't know. I feel this is a tough one. But I'm gonna say she liked it and like maybe like a higher point system.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I am the Paula Abdul of this show. I do tend to like things, so that's a good.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
she's
tend
helping
to-
us for
I
our
tend to go
predictions.
high. Or
No,
That's
I-
what they used to say about me too.
I was just
But
going
I
to
don't
observe
know.
that Bridget had quite the poker face when Jen was making her predictions. Like she was just, yeah.
It was very
I don't
like
want to play
quite.
poker with you.
What?
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it, and I'm gonna have to watch it later and find out if my predictions were right.
Yes.
Now I have to go drive.
Well, you
Yeah,
good luck
drive
with your
safely.
drive. And thank you for
Thank
jumping
you.
in.
I was
Thanks
just-
so much for
Of
popping in and
course.
saying
I'll
hello.
talk to you guys later. Hopefully, I could join another show sometime soon.
Yeah,
I hope
hopefully.
you could do
Probably
that.
not.
Yeah.
And if you get lonely, you can hug the road.
I will.
Nice.
I'll hug the road. Bye, guys.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
That was fun.
Yeah,
She's
what a party. Now, but you guys, fun's over. It's time to get to work.
Oh,
So
I'm
everybody
sorry.
at home, if
I'm
you'd
sorry,
like
I
us
didn't
to
realize.
review a
Not
show,
fun.
just be sure to say WTF and the show in the comments below. I swear we're about to review this. And please be
Cool.
sure to give this video a like, or if you're listening in, give us 5 stars, share this with your friends, and let's have some fun together.
But before you
shall
do,
we?
do you hear any distracting noises coming on my end?
Ew, out of your end?
No,
Why?
I'm getting a foot. I got a foot massager, and I have my feet in it and it's like vibrating, and I just realized I hope it's not too loud, but if you don't hear it, then
Not at all. We want
Yeah.
our guests to be comfortable.
Is that what happens? You sent him a foot vibrator before this began. Where's my foot vibrator, Ryan Huss?
I sent you
Where
a
is
nice
mine?
box of shredded wheat cereal. If you
Okay,
haven't
that's true.
gotten
That's
it
true.
yet,
My shreddies and I were really ready.
not
for
just
success.
wheat, but shredded.
yeah, those bales of hay, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So it's time for my favorite game, which is predictions. Jen gave us a little sneak peek here. We like to predict if the other person enjoyed the show or if they didn't. Josh, I'm going to predict that. Okay, look, Josh, I know that you've never seen this show before. You told me that. But I think this is science fiction. There was a lot of burping. There was a lot of crass humor, though. I think that you're a little lower on the crass humor scale, but you like the sci-fi stuff. I think you're going to float around the 7-ish, the medium-like range, medium-like. Bridget, I think that you're going to be like that, but maybe a little higher, maybe around the 8 range. I think that you laughed out loud twice. You feel like you laughed out loud more than that, but if you watch it by yourself, you don't really laugh out loud very often. Those are my predictions. What do you think, Bridget?
Okay, guys, I think that Ryan probably loves this show, has a poster of it. Like, this is his normal Zoom background. Finally, he got a chance to watch it with a purpose, rewatch it. Actually, it's on season 5, and he knows this because he's watched all 5 seasons. I'm going to say that this is the one that Ryan really, really wanted to see. And this is going to be Ryan's one and only 10. That's what I'm predicting. This is Ryan's number 1 of all the TV shows he's ever watched, including Star Trek. All right, now Josh, for you, I do think that the crassness of this was not your bread and butter. I feel like that probably would put you somewhere near like a likable 4. I feel like you're a likable 4 on this one. You wanted to like it more, but there were so many things that you didn't like as far as the crassness of it went. So that's my predictions is a 10 and a 4. So
10
you think I'm a
buddy.
proper gentleman?
Yeah, that's
Oh, well, you got another thing
I mean,
coming.
you've got a foot massager. Clearly, you're classy. You're classy, Sussman.
Josh,
predictions?
Okay, I'm Ryan. I think I want to give you an 8. So not quite as enthusiastic as Bridget's 10, but you like this series. You really like it. You like the fast paced. You like the burping. You brought up the burping several times. So I think the crassness. I think
it appealed to him. He was like, "Thank you, check." Finally.
Yeah, that potty humor, and of course, there's it's left open as many sci-fi adventures. It looks like there's going to be maybe new fun adventures every week into the sci-fi stuff, sci-fi worlds, interplanetary like airports. That's fun stuff. You're an 8. And
did you just say urinate?
Yes, he did. This is why you like the potty humor. This is why we all think you're on board for this. You 10 out of 10.
We'll see.
Yes, but Bridget, I think you had a fun time. I'm going to put you more. I think maybe you were a little projecting towards me about the crass potty humor, and you yourself were a little put off by how dirty it is, but it was still you still had a fun time. I'm going to say you had a crass 6.9.
Oh, nice. It was a crass 6.9, not just a 6.9, guys.
Because 6.9 is 69, and you know what that means.
Interrupted by a period.
Wink.
Yeah. So
you gotta turn around and watch it all over again.
What? All right, everybody, we
Like,
promise we're going to get this back on the rails here. There will be no more
we don't.
crassness.
I don't promise
the
that.
rest of
I
the
don't
way.
promise that. He speaks for himself. I don't promise any of
Yeah,
that.
and speaking of 69, they're not railing during a 69. You can't. You'd have to have 69 again. The other way to really rail.
I don't know what's happening here. I'm in a cartoon right now. So guys, take it away. Oh,
Okay.
actually, can I take it away? Can I tell you what this show is about?
Yes, everybody at home,
Shall I?
you have gotten some hints as to whether I liked it, Josh liked it, and Bridget liked it.
Oh, and we need to make a hint about how Michael liked it, because
Right.
he might be here.
So make your predictions right now. Tell us, do you think I liked it? Do you think Josh liked it? Do you think Bridget liked it? Do you think Michael liked it? I think that Michael did like it. I think that he may have rolled his eyes once or twice at it, but I think that he did like it. You guys want to give a quick thought to Michael?
Yeah, I think he liked it.
Yeah, I would say he's probably a 7.5. I felt like he was warm and fuzzy about this episode.
Mhm.
He was a teenage boy once, and I feel like that's the bullseye of this show. So I feel like he definitely enjoyed it.
All right. And while everybody
We
at
lost
home,
Josh to his foot massager. Josh is gone. He is just busy massaging his feet.
I had to restart it. It stopped. Yeah, it just restarted.
Aw.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
good for-
no. Feel the luxury, my friend.
So everybody at home, make your predictions, and in the comments below, make your predictions either in the live chat or in the comments below, while Bridget tells us what this show is actually about.
I love reading your comments, by the way.
Yes.
So leave them.
Yes.
I'm going to look down. I'm like, oh, that was a thank you for your nice words.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
sweet. Thank you.
Danke. Grazie. All right. So this show was an animated series that follows the exploits of a super scientist and his not so bright grandson. Oh, that's a rude way to explain. This pilot, in the episode pilot that we watched, curiously named, a strange eccentric genius scientist and inventor moves into the home of his daughter and her family and begins to strongly influence his young grandson. I thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that was my reading. Thank you so much.
Oh, you did great.
That was beautiful. I liked it very much. And now it's time for something that everybody else will also enjoy very much. We compare and we contrast whether what we expected. Sorry, I'm thinking about what Mike calls it. It's expectations. I got to say that, or I'm going to hear him in my brain saying, you better say expectations. You better say. It's called expectations because we compare and contrast what we expected with what we actually got. So, Bridget, before you watch this first episode of Rick and Morty, cleverly entitled Pilot, what did you expect?
I expected something that was, I expected to really like this. I expected, because it has such a huge fandom and like people go nuts about this show, that I was gonna like love the jokes in it. I'm already a fan of Adult Swim. Isn't the guy who made Community part of this show? He one of the creators of this. So I was like, I loved Community. I'm on board for this. I'm expecting it to be jokes a minute and animated. That was as far as I've gotten on Rick and Morty. Yes, go for it.
Josh, what did you expect before you watched it?
The fact that I haven't watched it yet makes me wonder, was I subconsciously, not waiting for later? I don't know. But I was expecting to have a good time. And I knew that it's like Doc and Marty of Back to the Future. So I knew I was expecting maybe some Back to the Future-esque qualities, and I was excited about that, but I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know that how crass and dirty, or how mean that Rick was. I didn't know, so I got all in for a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Well, interesting that you should say that. I'll tell you what I expected. Here's the key. This is the second time I've seen it, because the first time was a few years ago when I actually got hired to assist with Justin Roiland, sorry, the guy that does the voices of Rick and of Morty. And so I got to work up in their cool headquarters with this giant 20-foot Rick thing right when you come in. And I realized at that point, I was like, I should probably watch the show so I know what's actually going on here. And so I just kind of watched it I think I watched 3 episodes just to know what the heck's going on. Otherwise it felt rude. Right. And so I watched it, and it was, I saw it, and it was pretty darn good. And, then I ended up watching the 3 seasons. I have not seen the 4th and 5th season, and I didn't know it was on season 5, but I knew that, I'd seen the first 3 seasons. Anyway, also Mike McMahon, by the way, who is an EP or was an EP on Rick and Morty, also was the creator of Star Trek Lower Decks. So I'm wearing his shirt right now. Shout out to Mike McMahon. Really cool. Love Lower Decks. And so now this time when I watched it, I was like, oh, cool. I get to watch it again and go back 3 years ago and see if I remember. I remember the pilot being really good and really kind of getting it at the end. So I was just expecting to enjoy it. But that's what we expected. The moment of truth is, Bridget, what did you actually get?
I got an animated show as expected there. It did have a lot of jokes. I didn't expect it to be as finely tuned to what I think is like a teenage boy's mindset. Like, I feel like all the jokes were pandering towards a teenage boy in my head. Like, it felt like that was the point of view of this show, was for little Mortys out there. So that I wasn't expecting that, but it kind of made sense to me that it had such a fandom, especially on Adult Swim, that would be the kind of person that they're writing for or to entertain. So I it made me laugh, but it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And it definitely was a lot crasser than I thought it was going to be, which wasn't, an automatic turn off for me. I was just like, that's fun. I can say like that, I enjoy some crass humor sometimes. I'm going to show you something that has been hidden at my desk this whole time, and it's not a foot massager. It's a copy of That's What She Said, which is, can you see it? Can you see it at all?
That's what she said.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that, Josh. I was like, yes, do it.
That's what she said. It's a double entendre game that I write for. I write jokes for this game. So I'm not like out of the scope of the people who are doing the humor here, but I just definitely wasn't expecting it. That's what I got.
Mm-hmm. Josh, what did you actually get?
Well, right when it started and I heard Morty's voice, I was like, I know him. That Justin Roiland he was the creator and star of Fish Hooks, which I did 26 episodes of.
Oh, wow.
And he has the same exact voice as Oscar the fish on Fish Hooks. And I was like, oh, I know him. I should have stayed in touch with him. He created that show. He created this one.
Yeah.
Oh, and it brought me back to I started just remembering being even in the booth with him. And I related to Morty to being in high school and having a crush on the girl and being distracted by the math lesson and having daydreams. I had even similar daydreams. And yeah, it really brought me back to high school with some of the innocence. But what did I get? It was funny. I was surprised how mean, or some of it is. They're not so much mean, but a boy died. He froze to death, and there seems to be no repercussions.
But he also pulled a knife on him. In a sense, isn't that karmic comeuppance?
But he's a teenage high school kid. But that was funny when he was like, "Oh, are you gonna bully me for not being a good bully or something like that?" I thought that was pretty funny. No, there was a lot of funny stuff. I enjoyed. I laughed at a lot of things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I laughed at 5 more minutes of this and I'm going to get mad. I thought that was a great line.
Oh, yeah.
That the teacher said.
Okay. Well, yes. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I did put that in my notes. That was the line that I remembered when I watched it the first time a few years ago. That was where I was like, okay, that's funny. That's funny.
That is really
That's smart.
funny.
And then when I watched it again, I even put it in my notes. I just said something like, "This is the funniest line ever," because it really is. I mean,
it's so unexpected.
Yeah, he says, "About 5 more minutes of this, and I'm going to get mad. Not my fault this is happening."
And then just looks around the room, and it was great. That's great.
So that's what I got. I got something that made me laugh, and beyond that, some people may agree with me and some people may disagree, but I think this is actually very smartly written. I think it's very, very smartly written. The humor, a lot of it is crass and a lot of it is just, burps and farts and whatever, but sometimes that's smart. And also the sci-fi aspect of it is so sophisticated. I'm telling you, I believe this is extremely sophisticated writing, masquerading as dick and fart jokes with backgrounds that all looks like boobs and butts. Like that's the thing. They have balls and boobs and butts hanging from all the aliens. That's kind of their thing. But yeah, what I got was something that was very funny. And I believe our friend Darth really liked the show. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you'll like it. It's funny." And I didn't think so, but he was right. And then when we showed our friend Rico, and he said he binge watched the whole thing straight through after that. I haven't seen seasons 3 and 4, but wait, 4 and 5?
4 and 5. It's on 5 now.
Yeah, but anyway, I do know
the
that
only
it
reason
also
I know
gets
that is
very
because I was just
sophisticated.
on IMDb.
I feel like when I'm knowing I'm going to be on this podcast, I'm paying extra close attention, and sometimes just going back and looking at backgrounds. Like I'm looking at what's on the breakfast plate, and I noticed Rick says, "Oh, he compliments his daughter on that great breakfast or the eggs, but he left a sunny side up egg on his plate." So is he being is he being sarcastic? Does he just have really good discipline with not eating after he's full? I mean, he's very lean.
He is very lean, and also I feel like has a lot of drug habits that maybe tends to not make them as hungry, maybe all their focus is on the drugs that they do, the alcohol. But I definitely am on your same wavelength. I was like, wait a second, no one's eating their breakfast but Rick. Like, why did being sleepy ruin Morty's eggs and no one else touches their breakfast? Which I feel like is just because it's an animated show, and perhaps that would have been too much to like change and make them all continue to eat their thing. But I was just like, wow, that's interesting. Like no one else eats their breakfast besides the two people, and one kind of moves it around.
And in live camera or live action, you'll notice a lot of times people don't eat because then they don't want to have to do it take after take. Like I once did a show with a lot of like professional seasoned veterans, and I realized I was the only one eating at the dinner table, and I realized, oh, they're much smarter than I am, but I was hungry and it was delicious. But wow, is this show disrespectful to horse doctors? Right? Or at least
definitely. I feel like they definitely don't give the horse heart doctors, HHDs, the respect they need. Like I feel you. I also was like, is that actually a job? Like to specialize on horse hearts? Like that's crazy. And I love the coworker who's super hot that he gets upset at.
Well, also he was the one that provided the horse with the ivermectin. What were you saying, Josh?
I was when he walked in and he was so handsome. I was thinking I got insecure for the husband. Wondered, oh, is she ever late at work having an affair with him? And then he brought it up. If you ever about it, so he was just as insecure as I was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also, guys, do you ever feel like Chris Parnell is always the dad? Like it's like that he's the voice of the dad, and this show made me actually pause and like Google if he is a father in real life. And I finally did find out, yes, he has 2 kids. Also, his IMDb profile has the final line of he owns his own car and apartment in Los Angeles. So it's like a dating profile almost. That's how he ends his bio on IMDb.
Okay. I didn't know about his real life dadness.
Yeah, he keeps it really on the down low. That took a lot of digging. It's not even on his Wikipedia. It was on some fan site or something. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, good to know. Because he's always the dad in like the SNL skits. He always has that great dad voice.
Yeah.
He does a great dad voice. you know? So I'm not
Okay,
even doing it
speaking of
justice.
voices, this Justin guy, okay, I do think that a lot of it is just the funny writing, but a lot of it also, to me, is the clearly improvised way that the lines are being delivered. You know, especially Rick. And I agree. When I first watched it the very first time, I thought that the old guy should be Morty and the little kid
Yes!
should be Rick. Yeah.
Thank you.
Totally agree
Yeah,
with that.
I was like, Morty is such an old man's name. I was like, why is he not Morty? I don't know.
I think because Marty, it's like Doc and Marty and
Exactly.
Morty.
Morty.
That's
I get it
exactly
now.
yeah.
I get it now.
Mhm.
Oh man, I see it all.
But yeah, I thought that when he's improvising these lines, the way he delivers them is theoretically, he delivers the lines over and over again differently in different ways, and he's improvising them. And you can tell that he's doing that because he's throwing all these offhanded things where you're like, there's no way that was written on the script. Like he's just improvising a bunch of ways to say the line and they pick the funniest one. Now he's also
You have an example of one of these clear ones.
like when he said, when he was like, oh, you know, you're the real man of the castle, or he says something like that to the you're a real Julius Caesar. You're real, like every time that he would say something that was outside of the line of just kind of forwarding the thing where he's just kind of mumbling, or when he's saying at the very end, when he's going rickandmorty.com, adventures of Rick and Morty every day, all the time, you know, they didn't write a whole pair, you know, he's just going, he's just riffing. Now he's drinking, if I remember correctly, Bud Lights constantly while he's recording the voices for Rick, and that's where all the burps are coming from. So those are real. That microphone probably smells like a hot burp.
That's interesting.
It's a little behind the scenes, guys. This is why you tune in to WTF for these sort of insights. You never knew it if you didn't pay attention. So rewatch this episode. Come back to this point and see if you.
So I had never seen him do this, but this is what I had just heard was that's what he was doing. Is so as you can imagine, as the day goes longer, he obviously is going to do Morty first, and then you want to do Rick later. And as the day progresses, his lines are getting more and more silly and more burp infested and more improvised.
Like the fact that he like has so many stumbles and then they animate those stumbles is like just fascinating, and also proves your point that he's like improvising or is done afterwards where it's made to match whatever they went with take wise. So
did you guys like it when he had the green vomit thing hanging out of his mouth? And
you mean the entire time? Like
no, when he
sucked it,
when it drooled down to his belly button and he sucked it back up.
I didn't even notice at that point. I guess I did not even notice because I just assumed he was just being gross the whole episode.
Well, I feel like
I'm just like assumed grossness for him, but I mean that's what you're supposed to take away from this character, right? He's not. He is the guy that you're supposed to like, even though he's like not. He's a reprehensible character who's also highly watchable. So,
and then I worried, is he a role model to kids? Because I see the merch all over the place, and like I wonder, are kids gonna think this is cool? How to be? But speaking of voices, I loved all like the characters who had like one line in the like airport area. They only had like one line each. Some of those were really fun, and it was, I don't know if those were improvised or if they just recorded it was just like a nice glimpse, kind of like the Mos Eisley Cantina, or just a lot of just really fun stuff that each of those could probably have their own.
Or like Men in Black, walking through that airport in Men in Black, something like that.
I think one of them was talking about a Slim Fast type of thing, and
they all have their own backstories. They're ready for their own series. Like each of them were dealing with something.
What about the guy that blew the smoke in Morty's face, and then Morty coughs up this green thing that grows young, runs in ahead of him, and then grows old right before his eyes in like 3 seconds. And he's like, what the hell? You know, and Rick just says, don't think about it. Don't think about it. And to me, I'm like, those are these brilliant little sci-fi nuggets where it's just the attention to detail, where they could have just been running and shooting stuff, but they added all these weird mind-bending theoretical sci-fi creatures and elements.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys remember that, but I was very impressed with that the first time I saw it. I remember thinking like, wow, and I would like rewind it and rewatch the guy's life go flash before our eyes in 3 minutes or 3 seconds.
Mhm. I just want to say, Morty, he was shooting all the trained, I guess, alien robots that weren't robots. And the robots, they're like stormtroopers. They couldn't hit that's their job. And their aim, they couldn't get him at all. And Morty, who's probably never held a gun, was able to kill a couple of them.
I thought it was really funny how they were like, they're robots. And then he like hits them and he's like, talks about his family. And then he's like, they're not robots. He's like, that's just how I view them.
They're bureaucrats.
Like,
I don't respect them.
I don't respect them. I thought that was
funny.
a very funny line. I thought that, I mean, again, I feel like in a way it does remind me of Community in that it's very funny and playful elements to it as well.
By the way, did you guys see the Star Trek thing in there? There was a very clear Star Trek reference in there. And I don't know if you guys saw it.
Was it see if you can shuffle them? I don't know. I was very paying attention to the map.
All right. I'm going to show, it's a visual thing. It was in the airport. It's
yes,
a Ferengi.
I definitely paid attention to the Ferengi.
It's a yellow Ferengi.
Saw that. I didn't write it down,
Ferengi?
but I saw it. Yeah.
I guess he has the Ferengi ears. Okay, I guess.
Oh, and the forehead, though.
Yeah,
like
it's a
thing.
Ferengi.
It's definitely a Ferengi.
That's yellow.
I didn't notice. I was looking at the hottie in the back. That pink.
Pink
I want to
hottie.
know. Yeah, I want to know more about her. Are you going back to?
Yeah, there she is. Yep. One eye. Yep. She's only got eye for you.
Go hot.
Super hot. Now I'm learning what your type is, Josh. that's great. Your type.
I don't have a type. I'm very versatile.
It's someone out of this world.
Speaking of learning about his type, let's learn a little bit more about you, Josh, shall we? So, first of all, Josh, you seem to hint before we hit record that you've got some interesting and exciting news to share. If so, now's the time.
Okay. I hope it doesn't seem like bragging because it's
brag away.
Okay. This is really exciting. And I think this is maybe karma finally paying off and being a good, honest person. I got this email from a Nigerian prince who is having trouble with his finances. I don't know, but so I had to send him $300, and because of my generosity, he's gonna wire $4 million into my bank account. So I'm just waiting for that, and I plan to maybe start a production company and really be able to
and donate a lot to the poor and stuff, right?
Yeah, and just be generous. And I'm excited for this opportunity, and I feel lucky that I just jumped on it. And he's a prince. Wow. So that's hopefully I hope that comes through before Thanksgiving. I have a lot to be thankful for. I'll take everyone out to dinner.
Does he need to borrow another 300? I've got it right now.
I could check my email. Do you want me to?
Yes, his name is Bridget Fitzgerald. Send it to Bridget Fitzgerald.
Forward the email to everyone you know.
Yep. Send it on.
Yeah. So that's my most exciting thing right now.
That's super exciting.
Now I know some people might think it sounds suspicious.
Those people are wrong. They're just flat out wrong, and they just want that Nigerian money for themselves.
Yeah, they're jealous.
Yeah, and I'm really optimistic about this.
Yeah,
I'm going to be able to help my family. Charity, and that was my exciting news.
Josh,
talk about
I have news for you, which I didn't want to share until after I heard this, but your car's auto insurance is about to expire. I think that you need to review that. Yeah, I've been very aware. My name is Bridget, and I've been working for your car's auto insurance this whole time. So if you want to wire me money to take care of that, let me know.
My Geico car auto insurance, you.
Yes, I'm with Geico.
That was a trick. I'm with AAA. Busted.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, people think I'm
Back to
gullible.
my day job. Back to my day job.
I'm not that easy. Can't pull one over me.
Mhm. All right. Fair enough.
Okay. Well, what else is new, Josh? Any other great news or interesting news while you wait for the $4 million to come in?
Well, the new season of Mr. Mayor is going to start on March 15th, 2022.
Ooh.
And so I'll be on some of those.
Ooh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's fun. Ted Danson. What a guy.
He definitely is a television treasure from Cheers onward. I definitely have enjoyed him. Also, isn't Bobby Moynihan on that show as well? He's very funny. And that Josh Sussman, I can't get enough of him. So if he shows up there, I'm going to watch March 15th. I'm marking my calendar.
Okay, yeah, put it down. No, Bobby Moynihan's so nice. Bobby's a treasure too.
Yep.
Nice guy. What else is going on? I'm excited that a new Erewhon just opened in Studio City.
Ooh,
get those to the viewers.
Yes.
I've still never been.
Delightful.
Hey, Ryan, want to go?
Right,
yeah, we'll totally go. We'll get some hoity-toity healthy food and nibble on it out on a lawn somewhere.
You want to go after this?
Yes.
Bridget, you can too.
Well after, yeah.
Yay!
Okay. Well after, what is that?
He's not coming, bro. That's what
we'll definitely do it. That's right up my Bridget, stop hurting his feelings. I will, Josh.
No, that means no. That means no.
You're gonna keep me waiting like the Nigerian prince. I mean, I don't know why I did my part instantly. But
you did.
Look, he's a busy dude. He's a prince of Nigeria. So
yeah, I don't even know how he got my email, but
he's a prince. He can get anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. I wonder if I'm going to meet him. I've never had that kind of money in my life. Not even close.
What are you going to do with it? I mean, you already have a foot massager, so.
Well, I don't need to go over my financial plan here. We should get back to Rick and Morty, unless you have any more questions about me. I've been having fun making Instagram reels. If you want to check.
Where can we find these Instagram reels? Name something that you really loved that you put on your Instagram reel, because I definitely have tuned in.
Well, a lot of times I would just upload videos I already had, but earlier I filmed a video organically in the Reels app. I wonder if that will get better engagement. I'm experimenting. Earlier I told a story about I ordered a donut, and when it arrived, it was crushed. And I asked the waiter, "Why is my donut crushed?" And he said, "You said coffee and donut and step on it." I tell stories like that on my reel. Ryan, did you tune out?
A+ content.
I'm just mad I didn't say that.
It's great. This is the reason why you tune in.
Yeah, my Instagram is Mr. Josh Sussman. And because I'm Josh Sussman, and that was taken, so I put a Mr. in front of it. And yeah, that's about it.
So everybody, for more gems like that, follow Josh. We will include that in the description box below. He's a great Instagrammer, an awesome TikToker. I see some of your videos sometimes. They're very sneaky and witty, and I love it. So everybody check that out. And check him out on Mr. Mayor starting March, what?
March 15th.
Perfect. The Ides of March. Easy to remember, except for me. I just forgot. But it's now time for the Terrible Twos, a.k.a. the bottom line. Okay. Final two questions of the show. and the two most important questions of the show. So here we go.
Okay.
Question number 1. Bridget Fitzgerald, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the first episode of Rick and Morty entitled Pilot?
Okay, since we're being specific about the episode pilot, I want to say a solid 5. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I don't know. It was good and I enjoyed it. I don't want to answer other questions I haven't been asked yet. So 5. This many is my answer. My answer is a 5. It had some solid jokes in it. I don't think I'm the target audience for it, but I did laugh a lot. So that solid 5.
Do you think they called it pilot because he was flying the spaceship?
Yes.
That must be it.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this episode that was named after that?
I would give this episode titled Pilot a 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. Because I wasn't asked any other questions yet. I'm going to take Bridget's lead.
Stick to the one. You don't have to tell them anything.
Yeah, I give it the same rating as a David Fincher movie with Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow. What's that movie called? 7.
I haven't seen it. Okay. It's okay. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, for me personally, subjectively speaking, for me, this kind of thing, like the fact that he was burping nonstop is just so ridiculous that, like, especially because I'm picturing the person doing it and the sci-fi. Well, no, for me personally, it's like a 9. I think
I'm so close.
But no, you're spot on, because I feel like, objectively speaking, when you're thinking about what is a perfect pilot, what conveys what the show is going to be about, especially at the very end there. The very end, they really hit it home. He's like, see, we're going to be doing this every week now. Oh, the adventures of Rick and Morty, it's very meta. So I would almost say, objectively speaking, it's a 10. I'm going to give it a 9.8 because I feel like I should lean more.
So close.
Yes, you are. Very good.
So high five. Nailed it.
Let me up mine to an 8. I'll go for 7.
Wow. Yes.
I'm appreciating as a pilot. Like, it started right away. The moment you press play, like,
right. Remember,
it comes into Morty's room. It starts right away and it ends with
he's dragging him out of bed. They're flying on the ship. He says that hilarious stuff of like, don't worry, you don't need to worry about me getting in the way. I'm not going to be like fooling around with her. He's like, what are you talking about? All that happens. Then he crashes, he passes out, done. And then it shows the intro. 2 minutes. I checked 2 minutes. That's really good, I think. Mm-hmm. And I also, by the way, just like a little quick insider thing, when I met Justin, it clicked. I was like, oh my God, these two characters are Justin when he was a kid and what Justin, I guess, fears he might be as an old man, because they were clearly, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my God, that's what it, I don't want to presume.
Justin time travel.
Yes, but that's what it seemed like. It seemed like Morty was certainly him as a child. Anyway, but that's what we give it on a scale of 1 to 10. And by the way, I have given 2 10s in the past. One with Josh was for McCartney 321, the docuseries on Hulu. Freaking enchanting, amazing. And the other one was for the Golden Girls pilot. That is
a classic.
It's a perfect pilot. Anyway, Josh,
did you watch the rest of the show, the rest of McCartney 321?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And speaking of which, actually, to Bridget, for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Rick and Morty, but now that the podcast is over and we're free to move about the internet, would you watch the second episode of your own volition?
The second episode, I feel like I'll probably end up watching an episode again. I did laugh at it. I just don't know that I'm the diehard that's going to watch through all the episodes. I will pick and choose what I want to watch. And I feel like I've already watched another episode because we were just like, let's go watch a Rick and Morty. So this is my first time watching pilot, but I had seen another episode of Rick and Morty.
Really?
And I enjoy their adventures. Yep. But for me, I feel like I'm not the kind of person who's going to binge watch it, but I will watch like an additional episode here or there.
That sounds like a yes.
Yeah, that is a classic yes. It's a yes with explanation.
Did you enjoy the other episode that you saw more than this one?
Honestly, I think I did. It was another one where they were, oh gosh, I don't even remember what was happening. It was with the sister and they were on another planet. But anyway, I feel like I enjoyed that more, but it's a lot easier to just live in the madness of a world than to set up a world. And I think it's a lot harder for shows to have a good pilot as it is opposed to have a good episode. Like, I feel like, to your point about like the Golden Girls having a perfect pilot to set up that world, I feel the same way to talk to something I talked about earlier, which was Ted Danson. Cheers is an episode that like that pilot is one of the classic pilots that you watch to learn how to write better pilots because they set up the world.
WTF Cheers. 100%. Let us know in the comments below if you want us to review Cheers, because Bridget's getting me excited for it.
Guys, it's a perfect pilot, and it's literally one of the ones that when you're learning how to write TV, like that's one that they send you to, because it's a great example of how to set up characters and how to set up the world of that.
Ryan got excited for Golden Girls, which I've never seen.
Golden Girls is great. Josh, you should first off watch the WTF of Golden Girls, or actually watch the pilot.
Yes.
Watch WTF of Golden Girls and see how it matches up.
Because I like Golden Girls when I was a kid. I used to watch it with my grandma. She'd call it, "Oh, let's watch My Little Old Ladies." That's what she'd say. And I was not prepared.
So
I thought it was, she was adorable. And this show was adorable. And I thought I was going to enjoy it for the nostalgia. But it ended up, just check it out, everybody. It's WTF episode. Oh boy, which one is it? Very quickly. Let me find.
You just search WTF Golden Girls, it'll come up.
Yeah, but I like to.
He loves giving out the numbers. He's on it with these numbers.
We got to help people out.
There's a bunch of good episodes of WTF. I feel like you guys need to catch up if you're missing out on this show, because
thank you.
I definitely have enjoyed all the episodes. I've not only been part of the chat pack, just watching other episodes that other people were on, because I really do think you have really great content. So definitely check it out. If not the Golden Girls episode, find one that they both don't like, and that's also a funny episode.
Honestly, if you want us to review something that's terrible and just watch us trash it, or just watch the stress on us that we had to watch this thing, that's also funny. By the way, Golden Girls was 42. WTF number 42. Check it out. And yes, I second that. Bridget, our fans are so great. Our fans are wonderful. We love them. Yes. The chat pack is they're the best. This is going to be episode number 90, Josh.
Oh, wow.
I know. We're getting up there.
Hey.
Are you going to do something special for 100? Not to get ahead. You're almost there. Have you thought about it? I think
we're going to turn 100 at the same time as Betty White. We should check that out. Speaking of Golden Girls, I think she's just about to hit 100 or just did. I don't know.
You can do Hot in Cleveland on the 100.
Okay.
Get some Betty White Hot in Cleveland action.
I'm not sure how to address that. Yeah, dude. January 17th, 1922 is when she was born. So she's going to be 100 on January 17th, 2022, which is going to be like literally
crazy.
Right around when we're recording our 100th episode. Wow, I got to put a note of that. Man. Okay.
Or there's the Golden Palace, the Golden Girls spinoff. But I don't know if that's streaming anywhere.
Can I ask a question? This is so unrelated, but have you ever watched the first Heart to Heart? That show my friend is obsessed with, and it's an older show, and I see it's on Hulu now. Have you ever done that one or no? Or should I write that in the chats?
If you, in the comments below, if you add it there, it will be added to the list. Absolutely. Heart to Heart on Hulu.
He really loves Heart to Heart on Hulu, and I've never seen it. I was just, at what point have you watched all the television? Because you're on episode 90. You've seen 90 unique pilots of different shows. Like, that's a lot of television. It was worth a shot that you had already seen it.
Which
You
is
had
why I
two
don't really watch
10.
other stuff, because I feel like, I'm always watching new stuff anyway. What were you saying, Josh?
What was so if you had two 10s, what was what got the lowest rating? What was
It
the
was
worst
actually you know how you and Jen come on at the same time oftentimes? We have our friends Rico E. Anderson and Darth Shuey, both actors, that come on together. And so we obviously thought it would be fun for bro dudes in LA talking about 4 old ladies in Florida in the 80s. And so it was myself, Darth, Rico, and Michael. And let me just say, watch episode 42, but I was not the only person to give it a 10. We'll just say that much. No spoilers, but I was not the only one to give it a 10.
Josh is asking for your 0s or 1s. Did you
I
ever
asked
give
for
out
the
a
lowest
0
rate.
or a 1?
I think Ryan thinks I have something
Ryan,
different.
Ryan has gone off into his Golden Girls somewhere
I'm
else.
going to be there forever too. Have we ever given a 0? No 0s, I don't think.
No 0s, no 1s.
Anything lower than a 3?
Oh yeah. Well, very quickly, let's see. Somebody gave the show a 2 just last week in our previous episode.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Katie did. Meteorologist Katie did.
Meteorologist Katie.
Michael gave something
delightful.
a 2.5 recently. That was, I don't want to give away which ones, but check out Static Shock on HBO. What's the lowest?
I don't want to give away which one.
Yeah. We all gave kind of low marks to Be Positive and The Walking Dead World Beyond. Oh, there was one that really hurt my feelings. It was, where is it?
I don't know. But while you're looking this up, do you ever review movies?
No.
Like, say, a movie that I'm in on Roku channel that's available right now that you could watch and stream if you're in the mood for a Christmas movie?
Tell us what it is.
Would you like to see Christmas Lovers Anonymous? It's starring me. I'm in a lead of a Christmas movie. You can watch me be the sister who says, "Go for it, girl," and is the comedy lead of that movie. So get on it.
That is so awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm delighted.
What's it called again?
Makes me feel merry.
Christmas Lovers Anonymous. It's the name of a website where they may or may not find love.
Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, everybody check that out. It's Christmas time.
Check it out.
Go do it. Darnell Davis gave one of the best shows ever, He-Man, a 1.5, and I was destroyed. You
love He-Man.
He-Man loves me.
He-Man and you go way back. You're like this. You're super close.
I was like, it's a 9. And Darnell was like, sorry, dog. It's a 1.5. It was not good. And I'm like, I was very upset. Wow. Anyway, we got to move forward.
Darnell has a very low voice. That's all I know about Darnell based on that.
Yeah, he does. And he's the sweetest guy in the world. That's why I couldn't believe I was so hurt. Josh.
Yeah.
Would you watch the second episode of Rick and Morty of your own volition?
I would watch it. There's so much to watch and so much other things. And so it's there on Hulu, so it's available. So it's not like the pressure, like with news shows, I want to be caught up. I'm already so far behind. I know Christopher Lloyd's going to be on maybe in the new season on an episode, I heard. So that's exciting for me. I don't know who. So I don't know if it's the type of thing I would skip around. I don't know. Is it, so Ryan, who's seen seasons 2, 3, and maybe 4, are the episodes standalone? Is it serialized where you benefit from?
Kind of a blend of both, and it does even get better. If I remember correctly, the second season gets even better than the first season. It gets really good. Like, as far as the sci-fi aspect of it, gets very science fiction-y and very interesting and pretty epic. But anyway, I'm going to take that as a yes, because you said you would.
Yeah, and it would be more appealing if I was in a situation where I was watching and discovering it with someone. Like, sometimes it's more fun if you have someone to watch the show with.
Okay. Message received. You get through episodes 3, because I'm going to give you all 3 of the first seasons. I'm going to tell you my answer. yes, I would, because I'd already watched the first 3 seasons, and watching this made me think, hey, I've heard there are new seasons. I should watch those. And so to me, that counts as I would watch the second, because I will continue. I'm not going to go, in order, but I'm going to go to seasons 4 and 5. I think I should watch it. I think the show deserves it. It deserves my attention. And I'm a yes. And if you watch all those first 3 seasons, Josh, we can watch seasons 4 and 5 together.
You're enticing me. I'm enticed.
Yeah. Oh man. Maybe you guys should watch together, and Josh can put a review on his YouTube channel for seasons 4 and 5.
And we'll do Instagram stories of our hot cocoa and our feet crammed into a foot massager together.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'll let you put your feet into my foot massager.
Mike, note to Mike, can you edit that part out for
Note to Mike, just make this a long loop of that. And in fact, time travel it so it's at the beginning of the episode and at the end of the episode.
Yeah, he's like, you guys are on your own.
From the middle always winds up at the beginning, which takes away from the live effect. Where so, for people starting from the beginning.
That's just time travel. That's all.
That's so fitting.
Can we plan it? Can we plan it? Welcome to the going back in time.
We can plan it. We can moon. We can star. Whatever you want.
That one didn't go over my head. That's Ryan. He has quickness, his wittiness.
Okay.
Without
Thanks,
missing
everybody. No. So I guess we're going to have to move on, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This was really a lot of fun. Josh, you're awesome. Bridget, thank you so much for filling in for Michael Kenyon Rosenberg. You are the best guest co-host of all time. Everybody knows it. It's the obvious thing to say because it's true.
Yeah.
And everybody at home, send Michael your well wishes. Leave them in the comments or wherever you'd like, and tell him to get better soon. He's doing very well. Everything is moving forward and progressing just the way it should. The doctors are happy with his numbers, and he is getting better by the day. So he'll be back. And I think that's about it. What I'm trying to say is this podcast was hectic. There was Jen popping in. There was memories shared and jokes made. There was Bridget had a thing on her head.
This podcast was a trip back in time. And this is the part where we put it at the beginning of the episode. So then people won't know if this is what the real podcast is about at the end of the episode, because it's all live.
This podcast taught me I have to update my Zoom app because I don't have filters. Oh, wow.
This podcast made me on a wall in someone's living room.
Who did
Hey
that?
there, wall friends. Yes. I was artistic once.
You still are. That was cool. Live long and prosper.
All right.
Oh, wow.
And
Yes.
always remember what Mr. Hey, oh, wait.
Hey, look, there you are.
Always remember what
Fist
Mr. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to say.
Watch the first of things, and also donate an organ if you can, because you could also help save a life. Your bean means someone else gets a bean. So
Right.